Hey there, Paul Wagler here for Rise Now and the 2 Minute Wake Up Call. Well, I wanted to share a few thoughts with you today about my dad and the things that I've been pondering that I've learned from him since he passed a few weeks ago. And one of the things that I'm most grateful for about my dad is that he really, really loved God with his whole heart. And, he loved my mother, his wife. He loved all of us as his family, but I'm so grateful that he really loved God and lived a life modeling that for us to learn from. And as I talked with him in the days before his passing about this, he would tell me how I always had a tender heart for the Lord. And then he also told me about how when he was 15, he went out behind the house on the farm he grew up on, the farm I grew up on, and he knelt down and asked Jesus into his heart. And that reminded me of how I came to Jesus. It was like I was 11 years old and we were doing the chores one night and I was overwhelmed with my need for God, and I was out behind the barn and I was crying. My brother came and found me. He didn't know what to do with me, so he took me to my dad and he knew what to do. And that night in the barn, he led me to Jesus. And so I'm so grateful for the legacy that he has left for us to cultivate that tender heart for the Lord in each of our lives. And you and I can cultivate that heart for the Lord. We can guard our hearts from hardness by letting go of bitterness and offenses and things that want to come in and drive us away from that relationship with God, our loving Father. And so I invite you to let go of those things, to guard your heart, keep it soft, keep it tender as we live in that relationship with God and as we pursue Him. And in doing so, I invite you into the journey of carrying on the legacy that my dad left for us in pursuing God. Well, that's all for now. Until we meet again, stay awake and stay alert.